When the other woman nodded in permission, Kemjira took the phone and began reading. The latest message sent by her was just after they had gotten married. Kemjira's finger scrolled back through the chat, going through several months of messages. Eventually, she reached the very first one, which seemed to have been created when Preenarin had been left behind. It seemed to be a chat that had been deleted but was revisited again. However, all of the messages were one-sided only from Preenarin. Kemjira looked up at her partner, feeling a mixture of confusion and sadness. She never read them. Instead of looking upset, Preenarin smiled faintly, as though it didn't bother her anymore. She reached out and gently placed her hand over Kemjira's. Actually, I had two phones. This one, I only used to create this chat. What do you mean? This isn't my real chat with her. I made it myself because I couldn't actually send these messages to her. So instead, I sent them here, talking to emptiness, pretending she was reading them. Understanding dawned on Kemjira, and she put the phone down, pulling her wife into a comforting hug. She didn't know the full extent of human sorrow, but she could tell that for Preenarin. It had gone beyond anything she had ever imagined. She had refused to accept reality, clinging to her feelings even after everything had crumbled, as if driving a stake into her own heart. Maybe she hadn't completely shut herself off from love, which was why Kemjira never noticed just how deeply that past heartbreak had scarred her. That this chat, this artificial conversation, proved that Preenarin had been protecting herself all along, surviving by holding onto something that was never real. From now on, I'll listen to you, Kemjira whispered. You can talk to me about anything, anytime. You don't have to talk to emptiness anymore. Thank you. Actually, I don't feel anything anymore. I just wanted to tell you this before I delete this chat for good, because since you came into my life, I haven't talked to the emptiness anymore. With that, she smiled, truly smiled, as if lifting a heavy weight from her heart. Deleting this chat felt like finally letting go of a burden she had carried for far too long. When she had it, she used it to patch the cracks in her heart, not realizing that this way would leave the wound ugly, and would be no different from putting a thin cloth over a big wound. Does that mean I made you feel better? Kemjira pulled back from the hug and smiled, waiting for the answer. And the answer she got made her heart feel lighter. Yes, I feel so much better having you in my life. I've been busy with you, so I don't have time to overthink or dwell on the past. Thank you so much. The boss lady leaned in, pressing a soft kiss to Kemjira's lips before flashing her a sweet smile. Then she turned to pack up her bags.
Being pampered like that, Kemjira almost lost her balance, nearly collapsing onto the floor from the sheer sweetness. But no, she wasn't going down that easily. So, did you call me here during lunch because you needed help with work? Nope. I called you here during lunch because it's not work time. Then, what time is it for? Kemjira clasped her hands behind her back, leaning in close, standing right behind her wife. The woman, busy packing her bag, turned around and gently placed a hand on Kemjira's forehead, as if to keep her from getting too playful. Stop that. I called you here because I need your cooperation on something important. Huh? What is it? Just tell me. Let's register our marriage. This time, Kemjira was the one left speechless. Now that their country allowed same-sex marriage, was she really asking her to make it official? Her heart pounded wildly in her chest as she pressed a hand against it, excitement rushing through her veins. We'll be legally married, wife and wife. And after that, we'll have kids. You want to have kids? Preenarin's radiant smile and dreamy words sent Kemjira's heart soaring. Of course, she had been hoping for this marriage to be official for a long time, and she believed that if her wife truly loved her, it wouldn't be difficult. But the idea of having children together? She hadn't expected that at all. Yes. I want to have kids before I turn 40. Any later, and I'll just want to sleep. I won't have the energy to raise them. Even just dealing with you tires me out sometimes.